welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Nora, and I am the Frugal Friend. And on this channel, I create and follow a cash based budget system, and I'm working to pay off my debts and build up my emergency fund. And in this video, I'm not going to do a cash stuffing like I normally would on Saturday because there's not much cash to be stuffed. But I am going to do some unstuffing in my one of my binders because I do need to move some money to the bank. And I just wanted to clean up, the get some money in the bank from my sinking funds, so that they can start earning interest. And I think I forgot. No, I have a pen there. Okay, cool. So, oh, I didn't do a budgeting video because I wasn't feeling good this week. I actually called out of work on Thursday, which is rare for me. So I didn't film my budget, but I just want to show you why there's not much money left. So I hope you can see it, but the income I get paid every other week. My total income is $1,897. My expenses are here. They total $1,450, and that's daycare, my daughter's cell phone, Planet Fitness, which I did cancel this morning because I have not been going to the gym. So instead of paying the $28 a month, I purchased resistance bands and kettlebells because what I should be focusing on now is weight training rather than cardio. And I can't stand using the weight training machines at the gym. God, they're just full of germs. So it just wasn't logical for me to be paying this anymore. So I did cancel it. I do have to pay December because it had to be canceled by before the 10th. I don't know. I think it's nonsense. I think they could have canceled it before then, but I do have to pay for December. So I'd leave that on there, but this is the last month I'm paying that. Cinemark Movie Club, my storage unit, my car insurance, my Spotify. So my subscriptions are Spotify and HBO Max. My T-Mobile bill, my auto transfers will be to my emergency fund, and then I auto transfer money to cover my Nespresso order. I order my coffee right from Nespresso every month, so that covers my monthly total. It actually more than covers it. It's not $90 a month. My debt that I'm paying off this pay period are to TIAA and Upstart. Those are personal loans. And then I just was able to budget money for gas and groceries. And that's it. So there wasn't going to be much to stuff. The only thing I would withdraw would be the daycare money, which doesn't even go in envelopes, and just for gas and groceries. So I'm not doing any sinking funds or anything this week. So I just didn't think that, there was no video. There was really no money to stuff. But I wanted to share that because I just wanted to share that it's normal to have those pay periods where it's going to be tight and it's going to feel discouraging. But, it is what it is. And I've made a lot of progress. And there's periods where I have a lot of money to stuff into my sinking funds. I have noticed that this, maybe it's the time of year with being so close to the holidays, but I feel like I'm getting some like budgeting fatigue, is what I'm calling it. That's the best way to describe it. Maybe it's like fear of missing out because I'm just used to, buying more. I don't know. It's just a different feeling. It's a good feeling, I guess, because I'm more in control of the finances this year. Not where I want to be by a long shot, but I have a plan. But I feel like maybe I'm having a little bit of FOMO for not being able to, how do I even describe it? Like spend the holidays the way that I've always done. But the way that I've always done it never did me any favors. So, I suppose it's all for the best. But anyway, just wanted to get that out. Gonna adjust my microphone. Hold on. Whoop. I always do that, guys. Look, I almost popped this off. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I do have to bring some things to my bank because I did put the remainder of my holiday gifts on my new BJ's MasterCard, but I didn't spend more than what I had in my envelope. So that's going to get paid. And then because Capital One, who I bank with, they went ahead and changed my debit MasterCard to the debit Discover card because they acquired Discover earlier in the year. They originally told me that nothing would happen to my cards, that everything would remain the same. But then they replaced my debit card as a Discover, and Nespresso doesn't take Discover. So I was like, well, what the heck? So when I opened the BJ's account, I was pre-approved, I guess because I've been a member there for years and I spend, enough money. But the BJ's card is also through Capital One, but it's a MasterCard. So I was like, what the heck? So that's why I just put it on the BJ's card now, and then the money that I've already transferred over, I just transfer it back to pay the bill. So I'm paying the bill in full, and I'm not paying interest on it. So that's fine. So car maintenance, I just got the oil changed, so I don't really need to leave money in an envelope, just not collecting interest. So I'm going to bring it to the bank. Now I was keeping track of this money and then I stopped. Now I'm starting again. So I'm bringing the full balance. What's today? 12th, I think. I'm going to write to the bank the full 71, and that's my balance 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 71. I'm going to bring my cash tray out, but it's okay. And as I go through, I think I'm going to do some condensing, see what we can condense. So I'll have $71 in my high yield savings account, and that will accrue some interest. And that's actually enough for my next oil change too, but it's all right. Let it earn some interest. My debt, I have $205 in here. So when this does get to 500, I'm going to apply it to the debt that I'm currently paying off, which right now would be the American Express card. But I want this to be earning interest. So I'm going to take the 200 and bring it to the bank. So I'm going to have 200 in the bank, and in the envelope we'll leave $5. So I'll put my little tracker back. No, maybe not. Yep, okay. Oh, gotta put this back too. So how are you guys doing? Whatever illness I had is gone, thankfully. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Cool. My daughter was a little ill at daycare today, but when we got her home, she was her normal self. So we don't know what that was about. Now, this one I have $134 in here. I'm taking my cat to the vet at the end of this month on the 28th to finish his blood work. I don't know how much the blood work is going to cost. I have to call them and find out. So I'm going to leave this money in here because I also need to find out if they charge for using like a debit card. A lot of places now they have a service fee for using, like they tack on 3.5%. So I don't want to pay that if that's going to be the case. So I'm going to leave this money in here for now because I'm just taking him in like 2 weeks anyway. So that's that. Vacation. So my total balance is $230. I have $150 in cash and $80 in the bank. So I'm gonna take $100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So the bank will now have 180. Hello. And the envelope will have 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And that's still 230. I'm sure I'm going to come up with a better way to do this, but this is how my brain is working right now. So I'm going to condense this because I don't need 20. The envelope will have 50, so let me just have the 10 back then. Okay, so the envelope, the bank will have $180. The envelope will have 50 for a total of $230. Am I doing this right? So 72, 272, 372. Yeah, okay. And nothing in these low ones except for the holidays. This whole thing has to come out. And I promise I stayed in budget. These are my receipts. Yep. Oh, this is my gift receipts. I gotta get these to my sister. So I was good. I spent like to the dollar what I had available. So I did good. Okay, so and then this bill is due on January 6th, but I'm gonna pay it on the 1st after the interest is paid in the savings account because then my Nespresso order replenishes on the 3rd. So just to make sure there's enough time. 12, bank, 163. So 120, 40, 50, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So if I did that right, then this should equal, I don't know what, hold on. Okay, so if I did it right, everything should equal, oh my God, $534. Is that what I got? Let's see. I think that's what I got. Let's see. One, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 3, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Beautiful. Okay, so this money will sit in my high yield savings account. The money from the Christmas gifts will be paid, but everything else is just going to earn interest. And then I'm going to find out about my cat's vet stuff, how much it is, and then if they charge to use a debit card. And if they don't, I'm going to put that money in because I have over $100 for him. I have $134. So that's that. And, sometimes money is tight and budgets are rough, but that's life, right? We figure it out. We make a way around it. And at least I hope we can. So if you don't have a plan, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, right? So the best you could do is make a plan, and sometimes plans change, and that's okay. But the important thing is you show up. So show up for yourself above anybody else. And that's all I have for you today. I think my next one might be a little cash stuffing to stuff the sinking funds that I didn't get to do this week. So until then, have a nice weekend, everybody, and stay frugal.